Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, I don't even know what this is called.
Does it really need a name?
We'll call it Munchkins for
The little demon kitty that's been running around.
Demon Kitty. Yes, exactly. And today we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff, mostly gaming and all that. So, anyone have a Zach? I know you wanted to bring up something.
Yeah. Just thinking of like the top 4 or 5 games that we ourselves have enjoyed, and just kind of round robin it. I guess. Does anyone want to start with one?
See, it's hard because there are a bunch of games that I've enjoyed over the years. Some pop out more than others, but narrowing it down to 5 is kind of hard.
It doesn't have to be a set limit. Just talk about as many as you can think of that you really like. Like I've got about 4 at least right now in my head.
Yeah, I mean it's not really. I think in general, just the Call of Duty series, just because I'm a FPS type of person.
You're gonna get hated.
I know. I'm gonna get so hated on.
Hey, if
but,
you said Halo, you get just as much hate.
yeah, I get
If
hate.
you said neither, both sides would hate them.
Hey, yeah, well, people hate on Halo, but everyone knows they played Halo at one point.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the first game
Everyone
I played on
played
Xbox.
Halo too. They can pretend they didn't, but everyone did.
On the first Xbox, not Xbox One, because we can't say that anymore, because that's the next gen console. We can't.
Yeah, the next new cable box.
Yeah.
But that's another story altogether. Let's.
Who needs a cable box?
Yeah, we already got that. We don't even use it now.
That was the first game I played on the original Xbox was Halo, and it set the mood
It was
for
the
everything.
flagship that sailed Microsoft into gaming,
Mm-hmm.
really. Outside of PC gaming, but, PC Master Race, whatever.
Yeah. But, off the subject of first-person shooters and everyone yelling through their TV or monitor or whatever at me.
Boo.
Yeah, I think another good game that I liked was, we were talking about this earlier. I never finished it. I got stuck on the first boss. But, Dark Cloud.
PS2.
PS2. That was a fun game. It was the,
Was it a JRPG, would you say? Or do you remember what company it was made by?
I can't think of it right now. But I remember just trying to, after collecting all the people that were trapped in the orbs or whatnot, you had to try to, in the orb, trying to make them happy or whatnot. And because you'd have to set the town, you almost have to set the town to exactly how it was before the evil spirit thing or whatever the hell he was. Set it perfectly to how it was before he destroyed it for everyone to be happy.
Jeez.
Had to get down to like the finer points to make everyone happy. I don't remember what happens when you make everyone happy, but something happens.
Probably a big bonus.
Yeah.
I know what happens when you make me happy.
Everybody else gets happy.
Mm-hmm.
And messy. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, we've got to have some comedy in this show.
Exactly.
All right.
Passing the table along, I'm gonna get you another one. I'm gonna get me another one. Do you need another one?
I'm good.
You're good? I'll get you
What
another
are we talking about again? Oh yeah, video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got any?
It's just like the center of my universe.
Yeah, you got any good ones you want to talk about?
Warframe.
Oh.
Play Warframe.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I have it on the PC back when it was a little before it came to PS4.
I have it on the PC. Play it on PS4.
Oh, I will when I get my PS4.
I was talking to them.
Oh, that too.
I feel left out here. Because I think I'm eventually going to get both. I am. And I'll probably get a lot of multiplayer games where all of us would be able to play. But I think just because you guys are getting PS4s first, I'm going to go with an Xbox One first. What? If I want to play a PS4, I'll come hang out with you guys.
Good game. Just saying.
Very good game.
Yeah, we were playing that earlier when Mitch was doing a Minecraft episode.
Yeah, look for it. All of his favorite games are in his hands right now, I'm guessing. Speaking of, oh yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna segue into that real fast. That last game he showed, Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, but we'll get to that on the later point.
Good games, just saying. Pick them up, people.
Oh, I'm sure with Grand Theft Auto 5, there's probably a very small group of people who haven't. Namely, me, just because
So I think a lot of
I'm the only one. I'm probably the only one
besides
here.
you has-
It's only because when I play sandbox games like that, I just cannot stay with the story. I try and then I just blow shit up
Yeah,
for the next 2 hours.
You'd
straight.
almost have to be focused to be able to play a sandbox game. I mean, I know in like Minecraft and GTA and all those other games, I know I'm supposed to do something, but I just get wrapped in with everything around me. Like, all right, I got this mission to do right here, but that's a really nice car that I'm gonna steal. Oh, I got the cops. Well, I'm gonna go lose them.
Yeah, like the only Rockstar game I've ever beaten the storyline to was Bully. I loved that game. That was it was like the schoolyard version of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I heard they were supposed to be making a Bully too.
Yeah, they've got the trademark for it, but they don't know for sure. But they do have a trademark up for it, for a new renewed trademark. I don't remember if it was in the UK or if it was. I think it was the UK, but I'm not sure. Because back over in the UK, they had to change the name from Bully to Canis Canem Edit, which means dog eat dog, just because it had some clashing problems with another thing going on. I can't remember what it was though. But
Speaking of, what did you say? Dog eat dog.
yeah,
I haven't played this game, but it is a game that I really want to play because I've heard some good stuff about it. I've seen gameplays on it, walkthroughs and all that stuff. Sleeping Dogs.
oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, it looked like an interesting, fun game that I would wrap myself around.
It'd be probably one of those things that would probably end up being like Grand Theft Auto, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, I myself haven't played it either, but then again, with a car that doesn't get into hell in it, it's kind of hard to pick up good games.
Yeah. Hard to
Machinarium. Play Machinarium.
See, okay.
If you want to break from crazy action games and just go old school.
Okay.
It's this really cool indie game. Just play it. It's awesome. It's free on PlayStation Plus for all you PlayStation users.
Okay, so this is the first time I've heard about it, Zach. I'm pretty sure it's the first time you've heard about it. Explain again exactly what it's about.
It's about this little robot who gets kicked out of Machinarium because these people called the Black Hats take over their other robots. And it's just a point-and-click adventure. You have to break into Machinarium, rescue the girl, and you have to reprogram the brain of Machinarium and stop the Black
Crazy
Hats. And it's awesome.
See, that sounds like fun. If you're describing it the way I'm thinking about it, it's kind of like one of those spy magazines you get in the AR catalogs when you were back in elementary school, and it came with all the cool gear. But then there was the little adventure book where it was like, you're spying on Sally Sue for whatever reason. What are you gonna do? Either A, go out to the window and take a peek, or B, knock on the front door. Is there something like that,
Or C,
No,
look through the
not
window
really.
and fop, fop, fop.
It's
Yeah.
more like you're put in this room and it doesn't tell you anything to do, and all you can really do is walk around and look at stuff, and you can interact with stuff, and then you just kind of have to figure out what to do from there. And you can fuse items to make, tools and stuff to help you along, but it really doesn't help you. You just have to figure it out just by walking around and clicking on stuff. It sounds boring, but it's
no?
not.
It sounds fun to me. It's something I would want to look at.
Yeah. And says
For a free game, and it's an indie game, you can't really go wrong.
yeah, and as Zach was talking about earlier, a bunch of games that he recommended. Here's one that I recommend definitely for like classic nostalgia, as well as just for the fact that even after all these years, it keeps coming back on other platforms. Chrono Trigger, that is an amazing game. Its art design was done by Akira Toriyama, the guy who did the Dragon Ball Z manga and anime. So if you like that, well, you got the same kind of artist style. And, well, this was not only the game that got me into RPGs and specifically, like, JRPGs. It also got me into gaming in a big time. Like, yeah, we had Mario, we had Zelda, you know, alright. I mean, that may sound like blasphemy.
All right, Mario and Zelda. All right.
Mostly because I was not really sure what I was doing. I was just screwing around, but it didn't hold my interest as much just because, well, I don't know. I was younger, and as soon as I actually got to a certain, like, age and Chrono Trigger came out, you know, I was playing it. We lost it for a few years. We found it, and the Super Nintendo, got to playing it, beat it. I have seen every ending in that game like 5 or 6 times, at least.
And that's kind of one of the things that saddens me is, you know, you have, I mean, at least our age range and higher, you know, it's always a console battle between, you know, Microsoft and Sony with
And
the
Nintendo, don't forget them.
Yeah, that's the point I'm bringing up, because Microsoft and Sony, they have all these games that are based on, you know, we're going to kill these people, we're going to go get drugs, drink alcohol, and have all this fun, GTA and all those other games, and Nintendo is still, you know, they have some of their games, like Call of Duty and,
No More Heroes.
yeah.
That is definitely not a Nintendo game. I think the only reason they got that one to, you know, fly is because they could make use of the Wii's motion controls. That's about it.
And that's what most people look at.
I mean, hell, to recharge your sword, you frickin'... That's what he does. Take the sword and just...
But Nintendo bases most of their games on, you know, the younger people. I mean, you got Kirby, you got Mario, Luigi, all those
Darn cat.
case of things. Come here, kitty.
Yeah, that's part of why I didn't like the Wii as much. Is just like there's a few good games on there. It's just there's too much of this kiddie shit that I just cannot get into.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel Nintendo bases their audience around is for kids, which, you know, I loved. You know, I think the last actual Wii game I played was Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, it was, for me it was either that or Bleach Soul Blade or no, not
Resurrection.
They have
No,
that
that
on
was
the Wii.
No,
that
that's
wasn't on
it's
Wii.
on PS3.
No, it
so
was
I just
Bleach
thought-
Shattered Blade. That's what it was. It was a 2D, well, not 2D, but it was a 2-player fighting game using the Wii. I remember now because it had some a Ron card that didn't show up in the. It was just made for the game. Artioro? No, I just screwed up the name big time. I know it, but I can't think of it.
Weird, I did not know that. But, you know, and everyone's always focused on, you know, what's the PS4 going to supply for us? What's the Xbox One going to supply for us? And no one really talks about the Wii. No one talks about Nintendo as much as, you know, you got to give them credit. I mean,
they've been around as long as they have. I mean, the only other big contender they had back in the day for consoles was Sega, which I'd like to see Sega come back as a console developer, but you know, I mean, they're still doing pretty good because they recently purchased Atlas, which is one of my favorite companies overall. Like even over like Square Enix, which back when it was SquareSoft made Chrono Trigger. But I love Atlas a lot. If I see an Atlas title, like Atlas on the title, I'm probably going to at least look at it. More likely to pick it up.
real quick, because we're running out of time. One other game. Thank you for saying Square Enix, because that just reminded me of this game. Another game that has impacted my life extremely. Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts.
And I'm so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Finally been announced and finally actually going to come out.
Okay, this is a little off topic, but I'm gonna tell a game that was really disappointing. Playboy Mansion for the Xbox is the worst game ever.
Even
I mean,
worse than Leisure
when you're
Leisure
my
Suit
age
Larry?
and that game comes out, you're all excited because you know,
Boobies.
you know, you're a little pervert, and then you play the game and you're like, this fucking sucks. Seriously.
Did you imagine yourself as like Stewie, where he's like, "All right, girls, let's go."
Time for another sexy party.
All right, that's all the time we have right now. Thank you for watching. Like, rate, subscribe. We got Zach Tillotson. You want to plug your shit? You got like 10 seconds. Okay, we'll
Because
just
I know if he.
links everywhere. 3D, Zach Taylor, of course me, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.